Okay, couple of minutes and we'll get the class started.
Namaste all.
Namaste everyone. How are you doing?
Namaskar.
Fine, alhamdulillah.
Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Namaskar.
Namaste.
Hi.
2 minutes and we'll start the class, okay? All right, well, good to have everyone. Namaste and very welcome to Hindi University. Really excited to have all of you this Sunday at Hindi University. As you know, we meet every Sunday, 8 a.m. US Pacific time, which is the time in the west coast of the US. And we learn about Hindi language. For those of you who are new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Hindi University, and you can find several Hindi related videos. And if you want to join our live free interactive classes every Sunday, you can go to our page as well, which is tiny.cc/Hindi University, and you will find out all the details about how to join the class, the time, etc. in your local region as well. Okay. And if you have more questions, there are my contact information as well for you to ask any questions. Okay. This bit of a logistical details. Let's get started with the class. As you know, we've been going over chapter 9 from the book called Teach Yourself Hindi. And for those of you who are completely new, you can get the copy of the book from the link that I shared, tiny.cc/Hindi University, and you can get the copy of the book. So in the previous class, we spoke about a topic called verbal noun. I hope some of you, or most of you, still remember it. Okay, so we'll continue with the same topic, and we'll try to finish up that topic a little bit more. Okay, we'll try to practice it a little bit more. Verbal noun. Okay, and after that we'll start with chapter 10, where we talk about subjunctive mood in Hindi. So it's going to be a very useful class, even for the beginners as well as intermediate and advanced students. Okay, and as always, feel free to ask any questions throughout the class, and we'll try to answer that. Okay, so just to kind of recap for everyone, verbal nouns are nouns derived from the verb. Okay, that's what we discussed in the previous class. These are the nouns which are derived from the verb. They have no quality of a verb, but they look and feel like a verb. Okay, they can be used as a noun here. Okay, so for example, in the previous class when we discussed about it, we said that in general when we talk about verb, it's something like to speak in the infinitive form, which is called bolna. Okay, and typically when you are using it as a verb, you will say मैं बोलता हूँ, मैं बोलती हूँ. Okay, हम बोलते हैं. However, the same word can be used as a verbal noun, and it could mean speaking. Okay, so this one is a verb, and now this one can be used as a verbal noun, speaking. And we discussed some examples as well, like when it would be a verbal noun versus a verb. Okay, and there were 3 kind of sentences we looked at. First one was when we said, like, French बोलना आसान नहीं है और आसान है. Speaking French is easy. That's what it is. That's a type 1 sentences. Here, bolna, it's not it's a verbal noun. Okay, that was type number 1 sentences. Okay, second sentence is that we learned is I like speaking. I like speaking, where speaking is used as a verbal noun. Okay, and the Hindi would be मुझे बोलना पसंद है. That's your type 2 sentences. And the type 3 that we learn is where you're saying something like, it is worth watching, that you go to watch a movie. And instead of speaking, I'm using a different verbal noun here. But let's say you go to watch a movie and you tell someone it's worth watching. Okay, that's also the type 3 sentence, where it means in Hindi, how do you say that, Yirka? It is worth watching. यह
देखना लायक है.
Beautiful. यह देखने लायक है. That's your type 3 sentence. यह देखने लायक है. So these are the 3 types of sentences we explored in the previous class. Okay. In this class, we'll learn one more type of verbal, sentences, verbal noun. Okay. So I hope you remember it. If not, I definitely encourage you to watch last Sunday's class, where we spent entire hour just learning about and practicing on the 3 types of sentences. Okay. So in this class, my goal is to kind of really cover the case 4, okay, where you can use the verbal noun. So let me erase it and let me start with case number 4. And again, let me know if we are going too fast. The idea is to make sure that everyone it's comfortable. Okay, so the case 4 is where you do use verbal noun, which is in English, typically you will say it after the postposition. In English, and I'm going to write it here in Hindi. In Hindi, as you know, it's basically, we call it postposition. So they are used before postpositions. Before postpositions. And in English, it's after preposition. These verbal nouns can be used. Okay. So I think the other way around. It's basically in English it's before, and in Hindi it's after. It's just the okay. An example would be in you will say like before singing. This is something you will say it in English before singing. Okay. I eat, I eat like, or, I drink mineral water before singing. You see that? Where like, the verb is to eat, मैं, so let me write it down and it'll make more sense. Okay. So before singing is like, if you want to say, I eat before singing. Okay. If you were to just say I eat, would be मैं खाता हूँ. Okay. Or I drink, मैं पीता हूँ. Or I drink mineral water is मैं mineral water पीता हूँ. Okay. And then you have this part before singing. Now we'll learn about how to say this part, in Hindi first. So let me go over multiple examples of how to break this thing down, and then we can make the longer sentences. Okay. Now, how to make sense of these, sentences where you are, you have a postpositions along with that. So, as I said, like the example could be, where you have before singing, and another would be after, and you can take any other verbal noun, after eating, or something like on arriving. Okay, let me take examples from you guys. What do you think, Anyash ji? How will you say before singing in Hindi?
To sing is Gana.
Okay, to sing is Gana.
And before is Pele. But we would use Ke Pele.
Okay, very good. To
So
sing.
I would say so I guess it's Gane Ke Pele.
Very good, right? So you said Gana plus Ke pehle. Okay, anybody else? So typically you can also say pehle. Okay, both of them, you know, it goes equally well. So you will say gaane se pehle. Awesome. After eating, Ted, what do you think? How will you say this? After eating.
खाने के बाद.
खाने के बाद. खाने के बाद. So let's say you want to say, I go for a walk after eating. How do you say that?
वो
I go.
खाने के बाद मैं चलता हूँ.
Okay, मैं walk पे जाता हूँ और मैं चलता हूँ. That's very good. Okay, so just for everyone, the verb to eat is how to make sense of it. First, you look at this part, eating. Now you will think about it in your head that, you know, what is the, even though it's a verbal noun, what is the verb here? To eat. And just like that, did the exercise, you will say khana. And then after that, you will say after. And after, as you know, is ke baad, where, you know, it's a compound postposition. You have a K here, which is, as you guys remember, we learned postpositions in Hindi, which is like main, pe, per, ka, ke, ki, se. Okay. So this is K and then baad. Baad is after, but it is, when it is used with something else, it's K baad. So you have khana and you have K baad. But because you have a postposition, this khana changes to khane for in the oblique case, and that's why you have khane ke baad. Don't worry if it is too hard. We'll get to that as we go through multiple examples. Okay. Similarly, on arriving, this one is a little bit harder, but let's see. Kelly ji, you want to give it a try?
How about pahunche par?
Very good, right? So what is to arrive?
Pahunchna.
Very good. So the word here is pahuchna. Okay, pahuchna. Pahuchna is to arrive. Okay, मैं airport पहुंचता हूँ. I reach airport, or I, you know, arrive at the airport. Okay, pahuchna. And then on is
Par.
par. Just like, you know, chhat par or roof par, you know, bandar hai. There is a monkey on the roof. Okay, chat par, on.
And could I ask, could you also say, you know, like instead of pahunchna, if you have ajana, so could you also say ajane par or
Aane
no?
par. Absolutely, you can say that. Aane par. I would just say ana.
Okay.
After coming, aane par. Okay.
Okay.
You can say relatives के आने पर मैं खाना बनाऊंगी, right? I mean, so आने पर, और आने के बाद also you can say that. Okay, so just like that, it would be पहुंचना plus पर, it would become पहुंचने पर. पहुंचने पर. I hope this makes sense. You know, but the whole point is basically, you know, get comfortable with it. And sometimes it doesn't come to your mind so automatically because we are so far used to using it as a verb that you don't think about like it is like, okay, this is a verbal noun. Gaane se pehle, khane ke baad, pahunchne par. You don't have to really stick with these examples. The idea is to start using multiple different variations, right? I mean, so that's
Ashwini?
yeah.
It's Anya speaking. How do you use on arriving? Even in English, I don't see how we use that form. Can you give me an example, please?
Yeah. Let's see. Before I give the answer, let's see if some of the students themselves, they want to give it a try. Anyone can go.
And one I'm thinking this, Kelly, pahunche par mujhe phone, let's see, mujhe phone karenge.
Yeah,
Mujhe phone karenge. Like, will you call me upon arriving?
absolutely.
You mean at the time I arrive, in fact?
So let's say, you know, Agnes ji, your son is going to college, okay, and is going to a different city. You will tell them that, you know, after arriving or on arriving, please give me a call.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay,
that means like
I get it.
पहुंचने
Yeah.
पर, makes sense? Like पहुंचने पर, and then call me. In this case, you are really saying it in the future indefinite. So you are saying phone karna.
Okay,
Like-
once you arrive, you call me. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Right? So
Thank you
first
so
you
much.
arrive and then you do the other part. Remember that? पहुंचने पर call, phone karna.
Yeah.
And Rupert Snell also uses the similar example in page number 118. Where he's talking about verbal nouns. Okay, so you can also look at that example. That's a useful example, right? घर पहुंचने पर हमें phone करना. Okay, so I don't want to rush it. I want everyone to feel comfortable, making using these phrases or similar phrases in the sentences. Okay, so let's spend some time here before I do the because before we go into the multiple sections. So let's pause here. Okay, so I want you guys to think about simple examples that you can make. Okay, and I can give you a head start here. So example could be, I'm saying मैं आराम करता हूँ. If I'm simply saying like I take rest or I relax, I'll just say मैं आराम करता हूँ. Okay, I can use verbal nouns here. घर पहुंचने पर मैं आराम करता हूँ. Okay, 8 बजे के बाद मैं so 8 बजे के बाद मैं I'm not using a verbal noun here. Okay, I can say खाने के बाद मैं आराम करता हूँ. Okay, I can say सोने से पहले मैं आराम करता हूँ. You see how I'm using verbal nouns along with postposition in a longer sentence. Okay, so far we are used to just saying this part where you have subject, object, and then in the verb. मैं आराम करता हूँ. Okay, so let's see. Jamil, you want to give it a try and tell us where you could use something similar. Give a sample sentence basically.
Let me think.
If it is harder, don't worry. Take your time.
I just have to think example.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
I-
Okay.
So, okay. So दोस्तों से मिलने के बाद
Mhm.
हम रेस्टोरेंट जाएंगे.
Very good, right? So you said milne ke baad. So verb is
मिलना.
milna, and after that you put ke baad, after meeting. Okay. So if you were to say a simple sentence, hum restaurant jayenge, we will go to a restaurant. Future indefinite, right? Remember that. Hum jayenge, we will go. Okay. Hum restaurant jayenge, we will go to a restaurant. Then you said after meeting friends, we will go to a restaurant. दोस्तों से
मिलने
मिलने
के
के बाद हम restaurant जाएंगे. I know it's still hard. I can see your faces.
No,
You guys-
I get it actually.
No, I'm looking at a group and I can still see, it may be hard, but hang in there, okay? With some practice, we'll get there. Good example. Yeah, go for it,
I
Yirka.
got another one.
Yeah.
आप खाने से पहले हाथ साफ कीजिए.
Up, very good, right? So you say it again, louder.
आप खाने से पहले हाथ साफ कीजिए. Like
Okay.
before eating, wash your hands.
Very good, right? So I'm gonna write it down first so everyone can see it. Up. I'm gonna write it in this way so you can make sense of up. हाथ साफ कीजिए. Where you're saying you should clean your hands. Okay, and you're saying खाने से पहले. आप खाने से पहले. Okay, very good, right? So you said आप, if you were to just simply say आप हाथ साफ कीजिए, you are requesting, right? You're suggesting आप हाथ साफ कीजिए, you should clean your hands. Then you're saying खाने से पहले, before eating. Awesome. Anyone else before I pick your names? You should raise your hands.
Can I say?
Yeah, please. Louder. Okay, so after I think it was Navneet who was saying it. So say it, first finish it.
रात का खाना खाने के बाद मुझे
Uh-huh.
अपना ब्रश करना पसंद है. I like
Okay.
to brush teeth after dinner.
Very good. So you said मुझे brush करना पसंद है. Okay, and simply you said it here. Just like we had खाने से पहले, you said खाने के बाद और रात के खाने के बाद. Okay, खाने के बाद. If it is too hard, guys, let me know. At the end of the day, you still need to know some of the previous concepts, right? I mean, that's like you should know मुझे, you should know about some of the basic stuff. Yeah, just to kind of get a hang of it. And I think somebody else was saying it, Veena ji. I think you were trying to say, and I interrupted you, so feel free to go now. Okay, we'll come to that. Tara ji, you want to give it a try?
मैं ज्ञान पहुंचना था कपड़े पैदल करती हूँ.
Kapde, is that what you said? Okay, so you can say मैं. Okay, यहाँ पहुँचने पर you can say कपड़े. बदलना is the verb here. बदलती हूँ. Okay, and then you said मैं कपड़े बदलती हूँ. I change clothes or I change stuff, and you can say यहाँ पहुँचने पर. यहाँ पहुँचने पर. Okay, awesome. Anybody else?
Can I try?
Yeah, Dhanraj, please.
मैं पहुंचने पर घर स्नान करता हूँ.
Very good, right? So मैं स्नान करता हूँ और I take bath is basically मैं घर पहुँचने पर I take shower. Okay, good example. Simona ji, you want to give it a try?
जी मैं मैं हिंदी किताबों पढ़ती हूँ.
I'll make it easy for you. So you said मैं किताब पढ़ती हूँ. आप किताब कब पढ़ती हैं?
किताब कब पढ़ती हैं?
Yeah.
Before the class से पहले.
Very good. Class से पहले, right? मैं class से पहले. Now, the sentence is absolutely correct. मैं class से पहले. But let's say, you want to use a verbal noun.
Yes.
How do you use that, right? So you can say मैं उठने के बाद, हिंदी पढ़ती हूँ. Like उठने के बाद is like after waking up, okay? Or right? Make sense, right? उठने के बाद or think about it a little bit more. I think you're almost there. Okay, almost there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can either type it or you can say it again when you are kind of figured out. I know I kind of didn't give you time.
Okay.
Rita ji, you want to give it a try?
Let's see. Hindi class ke baad मैं घर की साफ करूंगी.
Okay, मैं क्लास साफ करूंगी. So you can say मैं क्लास पढ़ने के बाद और क्लास देखने के बाद, right? If you want to say the verbal noun. Otherwise it is correct. मैं क्लास के बाद. But मैं क्लास देखने के बाद और क्लास join करने के बाद. I'm just trying to think about where you can use verb like पहुंचना, खाना, or खाने से पहले, खाने के बाद. The sentence is absolutely correct. Yeah. Anybody else? Vatsala ji?
Can I try?
Yeah, please.
मैं घर पे साफ करने पर सोती हूँ.
Okay, very good, right? So you said मैं सोती हूँ. I sleep, and you said I sleep after cleaning house, right? So there you said घर साफ करने के बाद. So you see that साफ करना is the in this case it's basically your verbal noun. मैं घर साफ करने के बाद सोती हूँ. Okay, और मैं घर साफ करने के बाद आराम करता हूँ. Okay. Awesome. I hope everyone, let's see if you guys type something, I'll be glad to review that. हिंदी सीखने के बाद मैं बाहर चलने के लिए जाऊंगी. Very good. That's a great example. Perfect. Anyone else would like to give it a try? I want to make sure.
Some
Yeah.
people raised their hands.
Okay.
मैं
Yeah, go for it, Tasneem ji.
मैं जगाना के बाद थोड़ा पानी पीती है.
Okay. मैं जागने के बाद थोड़ा पानी. Is that what you said? पानी पीती हूँ.
Like I drink water after woke up.
That's perfectly fine. Like after waking up, मैं जागने के बाद थोड़ा पानी पीती हूँ. And Bundev, you mentioned मैं काम करने के बाद परिवार के साथ खाता हूँ. That's absolutely correct. Like after working, I eat dinner with my family. Great. Javahar ji, you want to give it a try? Okay.
Hello, hello.
Yep, go for it.
What is it exactly? I'm sorry, I'm late.
No problem. So, why don't you follow the rest of the students, and then I'm going to come back to you. Yeah?
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Sangeeta ji?
राज मिलने के बाद मैं तुमसे मिलूंगी.
Raj से मिलने के बाद मैं तुमसे मिलूंगी. Okay, perfectly fine, right? After meeting Raj, I'll meet you. Raj से मिलने के बाद मैं तुमसे मिलूंगी. Okay. Anyone else? I want to make sure you guys are comfortable. Okay. You can also type it, as we. So Tara ji mentioned मैं बाजार जाने के बाद कुछ खरीदूंगी. I will buy something after going to the market. Okay, so that's how you sort of use that's the fourth type of using a verbal noun in a sentence. Okay, where it is used with a post position. Okay, I hope this makes sense. What I want to do now is I'm going to erase it. Okay, so we should continue to use it in our Hindi classes as we practice more and more, but I want to do some exercises that's there in this chapter. So I want you to go to exercise number 9B3. Okay, if you guys have the book, it's on page number 121. Okay, so I want you to go over that. And I'm going to make it slightly bigger my screen so you guys can see it. Okay, so I want you to go to page number 121. This is definitely going to be helpful for you as we practice it. Okay, so it's exercise 9B3, and I know this exercise is written. Rupert, he has written it in Devanagari, and not all of you are comfortable with that yet. So I'm going to just write it in the Roman script. So that way you guys can follow. Yeah.
You already have it in Roman.
Yeah. So it's there, right? Is it there in the? Okay. So I know I have it. I have to probably share it. So what I've done so far, it's basically I have. Let me write it down, and I'm gonna ask you guys. Okay. So first I'm gonna do in the 9B3. It's basically I modified it a little bit. Okay. And number one is they're talking about Sanskrit, but I wrote it French. So French, आसान नहीं है. It's a very simple one, but you really enjoy it once you finish it with. Okay. लेकिन इसे में बहुत फायदा है. And the verb that he says is to speak is bolna. To speak is bolna, but you have to use it as a verbal noun. Okay, so you have to use the form of bolna in the blanks. French आसान नहीं है, लेकिन इसे में बहुत फायदा है. I want all of you to write it in the chat, so you don't feel that. I want to make sure everyone feels comfortable that they got the chance to type their answers. Okay, you can write the entire sentence. You can write only this. That the number one it would be this, and number two it would be this. Either way is fine. But I want all of you to at least give it a try. Okay, and even folks who are watching live on Facebook, I want you to give it a try. And it's not going to be hard. At the end of the day, it's the form of bolna. Okay, and we have done it. This is your type 1 and this is your type 3. Let's see how you guys are doing. Okay, awesome. I see some people. Okay. Awesome. Good to see that. Good to see somebody trying in Devanagari as well. Irkaji. Perfect. So you see, it's so easy, right? Who wants to answer that? Let's see. I'm going to just pick one now. I see everyone, they answered it. Kelly ji, you want to give this one a try? Say it for everyone.
Sorry, I'm drinking a smoothie. I just had a big clump in my mouth. Sorry.
Smoothie पीने के बाद में exercise
That's what I was thinking when you gave that example. May apni smoothie
पीने के बाद.
Apni smoothie पीने के बाद may participate ज़्यादा करो.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so तो French बोलना आसान नहीं है.
Okay, French बोलना आसान नहीं है.
लेकिन इसे बोलने में बहुत, and I can't read Roman algorithm.
फायदा है. फायदा is benefit. There are a lot of benefits. Yeah, बोलने में बहुत फायदा.
हाँ.
फायदा.
फायदा. Okay.
So the word is फायदा. Faida. I have to write down because I have not done it. Benefit. Okay. Like I can say smoothie पीने के बहुत फायदे हैं. There are a lot of benefits of drinking smoothie, right?
धन्यवाद.
Yeah. Okay. So I will do one more exercise, but today in the breakout room, I want you guys to finish rest of the 9B3 together as a group. I think there are a lot of benefits of doing that. Just like the way you guys talk, it's also a lot of benefit in helping and doing these exercises together. So I'm going to do one more. And when we do the breakout room, I want you guys to do it a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to just do one more here. So this time I'm going to do film. Okay, so the second one I'm doing. So exercise again 9B3, and this time I'm going to do part 2 of question number 2. Okay. And I want everyone to do the same thing with me, and just like before, answer it. Okay, so मैं film जा रहा हूँ. Okay, and तुम भी चलो. तुम भी चलो. It's a longer sentence, but I hope this makes sense. मैं film देखने जा रहा हूँ. Oh, sorry. तुम भी चलो. Film. That's a problem, right? I mean, you are so used to saying it, so I end up giving you the answer. Okay, film dash like hai. Now the verb here to watch is dekhna. Dekhna. Okay, so I want you guys to do it together and type it in the chat section. Okay, and with the right form of dekhna. What do you write it here? मैं film जा रहा हूँ. तुम भी चलो. फिल्म लायक है. Okay, let's see what you guys think. Awesome, good to see that. Navneet, what does it mean? तुम भी चलो.
It is you also come.
Yes, very good. You also come. Tum bhi chalo. Okay, very good. Sindhu ji, what do you think?
या सो मैं फिल्म देखने जा रहा हूँ तुम भी
Okay.
चलो फिल्म देखने लायक है
Okay, very good. So the verb is dekhna, and you said मैं film देखने जा रहा हूँ तुम भी चलो फिल्म देखने लायक है. Now help me here, Sindhu ji. Why do we have मैं film?
I have one small question here before this. Why can't I use मैं फिल्म देखने के लिए? I have a question here. Like that part, I feel that even देखने के लिए can also come.
So that was my question for you. That was my question to you. Was going to be a question as well, but you yourself answered it. So basically,
I want to say like मैं फिल्म देखने के लिए जा रहा हूँ तुम भी चलो फिल्म देखने लायक है. Like that I want to say.
Yeah. So my question was going to be, why am I not using dekhna here?
Okay. So देखना means like because जा रहा हूँ is coming there, so you need a connector over there. Like that is how I understand this. Like it incompletes the sentence when I say देखना जा रहा हूँ.
So the connector, where is it? Is it? I don't see the connector here.
Yeah, so when you say देखने के, that के लिए, if you put the connector comes very well, or instead you can say, instead of देखना, you can say देखने, and that connector comes for the sake of doing this, that connector.
Yeah. So what you, when you say connector, is nothing but a post position, okay? And in this case, the post position is implied. You don't have it explicitly, such as मैं फिल्म देखने को जा रहा हूँ और फिल्म देखने के लिए जा रहा हूँ, but it's implied just because you have converted from देखना to देखने, okay? So that's the reason, you know, you can say it, मैं फिल्म देखने के लिए जा रहा हूँ, but it's repetitive basically. So as you get comfortable speaking, you can just omit it, and you can just say मैं फिल्म देखने जा रहा हूँ. As you get more comfortable, you can even omit मैं, because it is implied. If you are saying it, you know, if you're saying it to me, film देखने जा रही हूँ, I will understand it that you are talking about yourself. The Sindhu is saying that she is going to watch a movie. Okay. Hopefully this makes sense, right? I mean, so it's all basically, you know, as you get more and more comfortable. So I want you, you guys to, you know, practice remaining exercises in the breakout room for 9B3. Okay, so there are 3 more here. Yes, there are 3 more here, and I want you guys to help each other. But now we have about 22 minutes. We can do reading, or we can start with the next chapter. So let's just do a quick poll. What do you guys think? Should we do reading, or should we do the next chapter and learn about a grammar concept? Next chapter, okay? Okay, perfect. What about other people? Next chapter. Okay, perfect. All right. So we'll do next chapter. We'll jump on but I hope you found this chapter useful. There are many important concepts on chapter number 9, right? I mean, and it took us about 4 sessions to go over this one chapter, where we learn about future indefinite, okay, where we learn about मैं घूमने और मैं Paris घूमने जाऊंगा, right? That was the future indefinite. Then we learn about emphatic he, मैं ही घूमने जाऊंगा, okay, और मैं Paris ही घूमने जाऊंगा, right? So that also took us some time, and then we did the follow-up session on that, about how to use he. Then we learn about you know, verbal nouns, you know. So there are a lot of useful concepts, okay? I would honestly consider all these topics, except future indefinite, rest of the topic, I would consider them slightly advanced topics, okay? But given where you guys are, I'm glad you were able to make progress on that, okay? But even if some of the topics were hard, don't feel too bad about it. I think as we practice more, we'll get a hang of it, okay? So with that, we start with chapter number 10, and we'll continue to repeat, you know, as we make more progress, okay? So chapter number 10, it's basically, you know, subjunctives, how to use, and don't get intimidated by this big word, okay? At the end of the day, it's a very simple thing. Subjunctive. subjunctives. Okay, so we're going to learn about subjunctives in Hindi. Subjunctives are it's used in the context of a mood. Okay, and it's a verb form which allows you to discuss hypothetical situation. Okay, so I'm going to say hypothetical situations. And I'm going to give example of it, but right now I think you should all write down the definition of it. It allows you to discuss situations that you are not certain will happen. So it allows you to discuss situations that you are not certain will happen. Okay. It allows you to express your doubts and possibilities. So that's the third part. Express doubts and possibilities. Okay, now what do I mean by that? So I'm going to use slightly different examples than Rupert Snell just to make my point here. So I hope you were able to write down the definition, but at the end of the day, it's a subjunctive mood, and it's a form of a verb that allows me to discuss hypothetical situation with you guys, okay? And similarly, discuss scenarios that are not certain will happen, okay? And then express doubts and possibilities. So let me give you an example. So think about like a simple sentence. I want you to speak. Okay, I want you to speak. This is your sentence or Hindi scenario. If a sentence is I want to speak, let's do the contrast between the two. The second one, this is the, let's say I want to speak. I'm going to write down the order. I want to speak, that's your number one sentence. Contrast that with I want you to speak. Okay, and even contrast that with number 0. I speak. Okay, and number 3 would be, I'm going to say I will speak. And I'm going to just I'm writing down the extra, sentences here just to make a point. So let's start with the very basics. What do you think is this? I speak. I'm going to pick some of you. So just to see how you guys do it. So Simona ji, what do you think? I speak.
I just wrote, मैं बोल रही हूँ.
Okay, so for I speak is if it is indefinite. If it is
मैं बोलती हूँ.
Very good. मैं बोलती हूँ. Awesome. मैं बोलती हूँ. Very simple sentence. It's not a subjunctive because you are simply saying I speak. That's it. I want to speak. Taraji, what do you think it is?
मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ.
I want to speak is मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ. It's not a subjunctive either because all you're saying is that you desire to speak. That you want to speak. Let's do the fourth one. Let's skip the third one. I will speak. I will speak. And I want somebody new to try. So we have some new people as well. We have Bundev and we have Galaxy 8, and I cannot tell your name because I think it's a phone. You want to give it a try, either of you? And if you need more time,
I can go.
Yeah, go for it.
मैं बोलूँगा.
Very good, right? So मैं बोलूँगा. Amazing. And how did you do it, Bundev? You said that you took the verb बोलना, and then you removed the na, and you said मैं बोलूँगा. And what does it mean? I will speak. Amazing.
Yep.
But that's also not really subjunctive because all you're doing is I will speak. That you will speak sometime in the future, right? However, look at number 2. I want you to speak. Okay, I want you to comply with, with what I'm saying. I may be suggesting it, I may be advising you, I may be commanding you. Okay, but it's basically it's my subjunctive mood in which I'm giving you the request or command. Okay, which I want you to comply with. Okay, I want you to speak, I want you to speak up. Okay, that's basically, so number 0, 1 and 3 are just simple sentences, but number 2 is a subjunctive sentence. Okay, now let me erase the first 2 and let me tell you how you will say that in Hindi. But before I do that, let's see if anyone has already guessed. How will you say this one in Hindi? I want you to speak. Sangeeta, what do you think?
मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप बोले.
Okay, so you said मैं चाहती हूँ. मैं चाहती हूँ. So that's your number 1. I want. I hope this is clear for almost all of you, right? मैं चाहती हूँ, that's for a female. Okay, and for me, if I'm saying it, would be मैं चाहता हूँ. मैं चाहता हूँ. I want. Okay, I want you to speak, and there is a connector in between, you to speak. Okay. Now Sangeeta, because she's comfortable, she simply said आप बोलें. Okay, so she said मैं चाहती हूँ, I want that you speak. So for you said आप. Okay, now she said बोलें. आप बोलें, simply. Okay, and I'll tell you how she came up with this part. The verb here is, if you were to simply say you will speak, if your sentence is you will speak, I want you, that you will speak. Okay, how will you say that, Yirkaji, you will speak?
आप बोलेंगे.
आप बोलेंगे. आप बोलेंगे. Okay, but in subjunctive case, when you have 2 sentences, I want that you speak. Okay, I want you to speak. What you've done is you've removed in the end, you remove the ga, ge, and gi, and you simply use aap bolne, and there's a nasalized sound here. Okay, so all you're saying is like मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप बोले. I want that you speak. Okay, I know it's still hard. Some of you are still looking at it and thinking what the heck is going on. So don't worry about it. You're not alone. We will practice more and more. Okay. Now let's say I've not met most of you in person. Okay, but I want you to come to San Francisco, or I want you to come to my place and eat with me. Okay, or have dinner with me. Now it's a hypothetical situation. Okay, there is a possibility which may or may not happen. Okay, but I want that to happen. Yeah. Okay, it allows me to discuss a hypothetical situation. I'm discussing the situation which I'm not certain will happen. Okay, right, but the sentence is I want you to come to San Francisco. What do you think? How will you write it? You guys can use the chat to tell me your answer. Okay. Okay, very good. Tarja ji, I'm glad you wrote it. Navneet, what do you think? If I want to say, I want you to come to San Francisco, you're already in San Francisco, but how will you write it? How will you say it?
मैं चाहता हूँ.
Okay, very good. मैं चाहता हूँ. मैं चाहता हूँ
कि आप सैन फ्रांसिस्को आए.
Very good. मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप सैन फ्रांसिस्को Ain. And how did you come up with ain?
Come is I.
Okay. To come is ana. Okay, but what you are doing here is like you're saying you will come. Aap aayenge. Right? When you're saying you will come in future indefinite, you will be saying aap aayenge. And I said the rule is to remove the ga, ge, and gi. Okay, and that's basically the form you're using. मैं चाहता हूं कि आप सैन फ्रांसिस्को आए, मैं चाहता हूं कि आप फ्रेंच सीखें, ओके, और मैं चाहता हूं कि हम सब इंडिया घूमने जाएं. It's a possibility. It may not happen because all of you are different parts of the world, okay, but it's my desire that we all travel together, okay. Now when you hear the sentence in Hindi, you can make sense of it, that you know Ashuju is trying to use the future form, but there is no ga, ge, gi at the end. Okay, let me see if there are any questions, because it's important to because we will be covering this topic in the next class for sure. So it's better that we rather enjoy right now and take questions, which I can either cover it today or the next class. But rest assured, we'll be covering more and more. Let's take questions.
The key is important to indicate that you come.
That is true, right? Because like in Hindi, it's very important, right? I mean, once you get very comfortable, that's a different thing. You can omit key, but there are two types of key, as you know, in Hindi. First one is key, and this one. There are two keys, right? One has the bigger E and the shorter E, right? Where like in the first one you say Ron ki ladki, Ron's daughter, where this is a conjunction which is you're using to connect two sentences. So I hope you guys remember that distinction that we have. There are two keys. Yes?
One question.
Yeah.
With like aye, bole, you don't pronounce the na sound really. It's more like a nasalized sound.
It's a nasalized sound. That is right. It's a nasalized sound, bowling. But in future indefinite, you will put dot on top. Like when you're saying bolenge. Like
you pronounce it in the future, huh?
That's right. Yeah. Good question. Kelly G, what do you think? Easy, hard?
No, it's just this chapter is chock full. So, I know you'll get into it next time, but like sometimes it's like maybe if it's going to rain, maybe it's going to, just that next time, maybe to make that simplify how you can tell whether or not you're going to use it or the future, or that's where I got a little confused. But this is straightforward.
That's a good point, right? I mean, I use a different pattern here. Like Rupert Snell is giving example like you may speak. I didn't want you to confuse with the model, because you may speak is like, it also mean aap bol sakte hain. And I didn't want to get into that. I wanted to be very clear that it's a subjunctive. This is like a possibility, which I'm not certain will happen. Okay.
So do you have like a list of stems for that? Like, I hope that, I want that.
So we'll cover that. Yep,
that would be great.
Yep, we'll cover that. Okay. Anyone else? Any questions, comment? Okay. So I think we should do the breakout room now. You are open to discuss more things, but please remember that you should do the exercise 9B3. And what we can do is, like, if you can open the chapter, it'll be much easier if Yirkaji, if you can open up the soft copy of the book and share the screen. So people can take a screenshot if you don't have the copy of the book. But
it is in Devanagari though, correct? Am I missing something?
It is in Devanagari. But I'm going to just go to different chat room, and I'm going to make sure you guys can, you guys are comfortable with it. And I know, and I know here, 1 minute, okay. I know my friend, she'll kill me because like she already translated everything for me, and Leah, and I have to look it up. So I'll try to find that. But in the meantime, at least, we can do this breakout room. Okay. I'll be able to quickly find it as well. Okay. The other option is when I do the breakout room, let's see who can do the Devanagari. Who knows how to read Devanagari? Raise your hand. So we have Yirka, we have Taraji, we have Simona. Ted, you can do Devanagari as well, right? Okay, and we have Ritaji, you can do Devanagari as well?
I just starting to learn, so not
Okay,
real comfortable
so
yet.
okay, let me ask this way. Who cannot read Devanagari?
Yeah, very little. Yeah, slow. Me too. Maybe.
Okay, so
Me
so
too,
let
very
me
slow.